let's get started. The reason I did that is, I don't know, I just wanted to look cool. Anyways, so ultimately, first, guys, let's go over the definition of feminism so everyone could be on the same page. Feminism, what it is the belief in advocacy of the political, economic, and social equality of the sexes expressed especially through organized activity on behalf of women's rights and interests. So, guys, literally, let's think of it like this: layman terms, right? Let's just think of layman terms. A movement for the rights of women. That's literally layman terms. That's pretty much that, right? It's as simple as that. With that being said, let's go into what feminism was. Like what it used to be, right? It used to fight for the equality of women to have equality of opportunity. And let me go ahead and pull this up. Now, for some reason, it seems like women can't make up their mind. So there's waves of feminism, right? There's waves. There's certain waves in which it actually made sense. And then some other waves in which it's just literally crashing onto shore and hoping that it's gonna flood the beach. That's it's really pretty much that. So let's go ahead and talk and go over this. All right. So the 4 waves of feminism. I pulled this up.
You tell me what to do.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. I gotta make that a little bigger. Anyways, thank you, Finn. Anyways, so let's go ahead and do this, right? So essentially, I know that's a lot of words. We're not gonna read all of these words. I pretty much summed it up, but the goal of feminism in its beginning, what it was all about was this. The goal was to give women the right to vote, the suffrage in the beginning. The suffrage in the beginning. It started in 1848 is when this political movement started. And truly, it started for a good cause. It made sense. Women did not have the same opportunities that men had. I almost said last year. Women did not have the same opportunities that men had back in the day at all. At all. You know what I'm saying? Women did not have the right to vote. They did not have the right to own property. Only men did. So with that being said, what those women back then wanted was just the equality of opportunity. And that makes absolute and utter sense. I don't see what is wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing. And if somebody thinks that something's wrong with that, then they're a genuine misogynist. That's genuine misogyny. But that's pretty much the goal. It started in 1848. There was a convention. There was a convention in the Seneca Falls. And it was held by Baby Girl, bro. It was held by Baby Girl. I forgot her name. I forgot her exact name, but it was held by one of the Baby Girls, one of the lead, like the founders of it. And pretty much, you see that it was 300 men and women rallied to the cause of equality for women. So it wasn't just necessarily, just women fighting for this cause. There was men there as well. And ultimately, what happened was the right to vote was then pushed forward in 1902. Dude, that's like over 60 years, man. Is it? No, it's under 60 years. But it's like it's over 50 years. It's over 50 years that it took. But honestly, I would want to say like better late than never. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know. Regardless, we have it. You know what I'm saying? It succeeded. The cause pushed forward, and definitely success was seen on the opposite side. So I mean there's that. So pretty much that's first wave feminism in a complete nutshell, is ultimately having the right to vote, and then or women having the opportunity to vote and having the equal opportunity to jobs and things that only males had opportunities towards and freedoms towards. So that's first wave. Second wave feminism. So let's go ahead and check this one out. So second wave feminism right here. So what second wave feminism is it started in the 1960s and continued into the 90s. And pretty much what it was all about was sexuality and reproductive rights. This is one of the most important things in this second wave of feminism. And it also had people, or what it also was about was the females facing some sort of harassment and sexual harassment inside of the workplace. They were also shedding light to that as well. So here's more or less kind of when that began. So pretty much the females got access to jobs, access to equal opportunities, and now they were being treated in ways in which was inappropriate, and therefore they wanted to speak out on behalf of that. And they also wanted to have what they wanted to have is give me a second. Was a wave give me a sec. Face sexual I can't even speak. Sexuality and reproductive rights, right? So ultimately speaking, obviously, abortion and things like that was a super big thing back then, and still is now. It's a super big controversial topic that I don't know if I'm going to cover on this podcast or not, because truly, I don't know. I may do it, I may not. I don't know exactly, but there's that. The next thing I wanted to talk about is also what was brought up in the second wave of feminism was the Equal Rights Amendment. And this Equal Rights Amendment, shout out to everybody who just showed up, by the way. I'm not sure who's here, but I just want to say hi. Thank you for fucking showing up. I appreciate that, guys. Genuinely speaking. You got to wait 4 hours before chatting? Are you serious? What the hell? All right, hold up. Let me try to fix that. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay. Are you good now? You should be good. I think you should be good. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah. All right, cool. Wonderful, cuz that's ridiculous. No wonder nobody was typing in the last chat. Cuz I was curious. I was like, what the hell was that? We need a sixth wave of feminism. This guy. But ultimately, let me see. Okay, so pretty much what I wanted to say was, yeah, there was something called the Equal Rights Amendment, and let's look more at that. Let me close out these things right here. But let's look at that, because I thought this was one of the most interesting things completely. And what it is ultimately, let's listen to this article, because I can't read it as beautifully as this fucking
Equal right.
bot
the
can
text.
read it. So I'm gonna shut up and just basically listen to it, right? So here's what it is.
Its central underlying principle is that sex should not determine the legal rights of men or women. The text of the Equal Rights Amendment, ERA, states that equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex, and further that the Congress shall have the power to enforce, by appropriate legislation, the provisions of this article. The ERA was first introduced to Congress in 1923, 3 years after women in the United States were granted the right to vote, by the 19th Amendment, and it was finally approved by the U.S. Senate 49 years later, in March 1972. It was then submitted to the state legislatures for...
Okay, who cares about all of that, right? So ultimately, the most important thing is this. Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. And further, that the Congress shall have power to enforce by appropriate legislation the provisions of this article. So pretty much what that means in complete layman terms, guys, is this, dude, you are an equal, whether you are female and male, in the eyes of the fucking law. You are a complete equal. That's what that means, essentially. That's in writing. That's what that means. So ultimately speaking, the reason there was a schism that occurred in this. There was people that were for it and there was people that were against it. And the reason is because certain privileges that were accessible to females are now ripped away, because everybody sees you as equal inside of this. You are seen as a complete equal, whether you're male or female. For example, This is a great example. This is for accounting for the Equal Rights Amendment. This is what came up. There was a huge debate, and they were saying this, right? Um, they were, look, the main objections to the era were based on fears that women would lose privileges and protections such as exemption from compulsory military service and combat duty and economic support from husbands for themselves and their children. So women were against this. So women were against this back in the day. So this is one thing that I wanted to like bring up because it's super 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 important. Women were against the era amendment, or they were against the Equal Rights Amendment. And the reason is because women were afraid they were going to lose their right, or sorry, they were going to lose the privilege to not be drafted, lose the privilege to rely on their husbands. Another thing is that if let's say if this another thing that these people were afraid of was losing the ability to have custody over the children just simply because you're a female, because that's something as well that you that females have a privilege in, is completely is a female is seen as the nurturer. So a lot of the times that in divorce courts, when the female would divorce, they would have custody over the children a lot of times. So this would remove that as well, supposedly. That's why some females were afraid of this completely. They were afraid of this, that they were going to lose their privileges. And ultimately, I could see that, because I wouldn't. If I was in this time, or even still, I don't know if I would want this as well, because I think women deserve to have the privileges that they have. For example, women and men are not equal, and we talked about this the last podcast about the entire sports thing, and it is the fact that men are fucking stronger than women on average. Men are stronger than women on average. So think about this, dude. If a lot of our military personnel was a bunch of women who have gotten drafted from this, then how strong would our military really be? Will we be the strongest military anymore if we had a bunch of women on our front lines fighting? And the answer is no. The answer is no. So this, honestly, this amendment, this amendment has been put in place. ERA gained ratification of 30 states within 1 year of its Senate approval, mounting intense opposition from conservative, religious, and political organizations. They went over this, but I just wanted to say that it has received ratification. So 30 states have ratified that. So that means that 30 states have implemented it as well. So, let's see. Is this the same thing? Yeah. I just wanted to go over the equal rights thing just a little bit more in detail, because this really brought up some controversy. It brought up some major controversy, and it's still kind of bringing up controversy to this day. So let's go ahead and see this. Has your state okay, so has your state ratified the ERA, which ERA is Equal Rights Amendment? And what do you guys think about this, sincerely? Since I'm explaining it, like, all males and females will be looked at the absolute same in the eyes of the law. How do you feel about that, chat? Because me personally, I personally think that this shouldn't be passed, in my opinion, and the reason is because I think women deserve to have the privileges that are handed to them, genuinely speaking. Because having the ability to not be drafted is super important, because women are, hold on, let me read this. Let me read this. Give me a sec. How do I close this? Dude, I'm not a kicker, bro. Men and women deserve equal opportunities in some areas, but not every area. 100%. That's something that I truly believe in as well. Like, definitely not the right to be on the front lines of battle. That's absolutely unacceptable. That's genuinely unacceptable, and completely should not be the case at all. Women should not be fighting battles. That's something, that's typically a man's job, right? Ultimately, it's a man's job, and unfortunately speaking, women are not strong enough to be fighting against other men. And if this truly, like, if that's truly the case, then imagine another country, right? Imagine this. You're another country. Like, let's say, God forbid, we go to war with China or something. We go to war, and now we have to draft a bunch of U.S. citizens. I think the age is like 18 to 25, I believe. Now we gotta draft, and oh, guess what? In the eyes of the law, oh, female is equal. So therefore, you're getting drafted. Could you imagine if imagine China, right? Where their army is built, completely built up, and that, guess what? Now I look at each and every one of these people. I'm a Chinese let's say I'm a Chinese soldier, and I'm looking at each one of these people on the front line, and I see like fucking 10 women in the front line standing. I'd laugh, bro, and I'd laugh so hard because I know, and I would say whatever the fuck, hey, right? Whatever the fuck it is I'm saying, I would basically be hyping up my brethren, saying, well, we're going to shit on these people. They have women fighting their battles. You know how much morale, like, you lose? And on top of that, when there's a man inside, or when there's females inside of front lines, on top of that, like, our natural instinct is to provide and protect for females. So if we see a female in danger, especially in the front lines of battle, wouldn't it make sense that a guy's gonna kind of sacrifice himself and make stupid decisions than if it was another brother? You know what I'm saying? Logically, it isn't smart, and I also don't believe women should be fighting our battles on the front line. I don't think that should be at all. Women could be in the military, but not on the front lines, because that's completely stupid, and logic will start to leave a male's head at that point, because now, there's sexual things involved. Oh wow, she's cute or something. I think I wanna pursue her or something, or now, damn dude, Private Gonzalez, whatever, right? Private Gonzalez. I don't want to see anything happen to Private Gonzalez. I will sacrifice my life for her, which is not necessarily a bad thing at all. Right? It's not a bad thing at all, sacrificing yourself for a brother or sister on the field of battle. But the thing is in certain situations, you need to know whether or not sacrificing yourself is a smart thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, I feel like that logic just completely leaves. It subsides the moment a female's involved, due to natural, just our biological gender roles. Or let me take a sip of this water real quick. Hold on, give me a sec. So let me go ahead and. So that's where the schism happened in the Second Amendment, the second wave of feminism. So now let's go on to one of the best waves of feminism, dude. Here's where it starts to really drop off. Here's where it starts to really, really drop off and absolutely make no fucking sense to me. Listen to this, guys. So this is what the third stage of feminism was. The third wave was about this, guys. Whereas ultimately speaking, it embraced the idea that women can be assertive and powerful. And also, it introduced more powerful and dynamic female characters inside of pop culture during the third wave of feminism. So, in what way? Let's also read this. Like, I'm gonna also refer to this. Begin to the mid. In this many phase, constructs were destabilized, including the notions of universal womanhood, body, gender, sexuality, and heteronormativity. An aspect of the third feminism that mystified the mothers that of the earlier feminists was the readoption by young feminists of the very lipstick, high heels, and cleavage proudly exposed by low-cutting necklines. That the first two phases of the movement identified with male oppression. So pretty much, this third wave of feminism was saying, "Hey guys, women could be assertive. Women could show off more skin." And basically, this wave started to be more questionable. How in the fuck is this about equality? Literally, how is this about equality? How is the third wave of feminism about equality when literally right here it's stating it's literally something in which women could say, "Oh, let me show more of my chest," and it's acceptable because guys, you can't sexually, or like I'm sexually sexy and sexually sexy, everything in terms of sex, bro. Like this is pretty much what that is. They're beautifying, they're objectifying themselves and then saying don't objectify me. This is the third wave of feminism. I understand, okay, sure, not being part of a construct or whatever, part of a women should act feminine and males or and be submissive and whatnot, right? Sure, that doesn't make you a female, nor does it make you a male. But feminine traits are feminine traits for a reason. Submissiveness is a feminine trait. A desire to follow is a feminine trait. These traits are not these are feminine traits for a reason. I understand that, women get angry and they're aggressive. Some women get angry, some women get aggressive, and that's completely fucking normal too. Both males and females have the ability to be submissive and dominant. That's what it is. That's the truth. But ultimately speaking, creating a movement in which is showing is that really necessary? Because now it's starting to not really have anything with anything in terms of like equality. And in fact, now they're saying, now here's where it starts. And cleavage proudly exposed by low-cut necklines that the first two phases of the movement identified with male oppression. Pink Floor expressed this new position when she said it was possible to have a push-up bra and brains at the same time. Nobody fucking said that wasn't possible. Nobody said that shit wasn't possible. It just looks fucking just absolutely and utterly unprofessional. It is what it is. It is what it is. Another, pretty much, this is where it starts. This is where the feminism, it really starts to do something that is unfortunate, and it truly changes our society. Here's where it starts to truly change our society in this sense, and it's that women began to start to demonize men in this movement. This is what happened. This is what happened here. So now let's move on to the fourth wave of power, the fourth wave of feminism, guys. So what it is this, right? It is the fact that we can empower women. The fourth wave seeks greater gender equality. Do you hear that? The fourth wave seeks greater gender equality. That already in itself doesn't make sense. How are you going to start framing a sentence in which greater gender equality is there? Why is the word greater? Greater implies that it's better than before, and equality means that it's equal. So how the hell how does that make sense? That's not making sense, because now it's starting to be, instead of women wanting to be equals, it's more or less women now want to be on top. Women want to be on top of men now. Okay, we can do exactly what men could do, so and in fact we could do better. And why is it? We're also being oppressed at the same time, guys. We're being oppressed. And if you speak on behalf of us, then guess what? We're going to call you every name in the book. We're going to call you every name in the book completely, because you are oppressing us actively. If you don't think we can do this, then you're oppressing us. If you think that males and females choose specific jobs based off of what they want to do, you're oppressing us. Now it starts. This is where the delusion is. Here's where the delusional radical shit starts to come in, guys. This is absolutely stupid. And on top of that, this is truly where it starts to demonize men and victimize women to excuse the inequality that they would like to push upon the society. This is where they start doing this. They start doing this completely. They victimize. It's a male's fault. The system was completely built by men, and on top of that, we're being oppressed by the patriarchy. That's the same generic bullshit that you are going to hear from these complete fucking feminists nowadays. I understand feminism back in the day, and that's why I went over every wave of the feminism. The first two waves are absolutely important. They're absolutely important. Opening up, the minds of people. Opening up the minds of people, showing people that, hey, listen, women deserve equal of opportunities. They shouldn't be just held and captive inside of a home. Completely. And here's the thing. Now it is not about that. It is not about that any longer. That's ultimately what it is. So with that being said, let's continue, dude, because this is where it starts to kind of take a turn for the worst. Um society nowadays society nowadays has no appreciation for the average male at all, especially women. Think about this shit. How think about this, right? I don't know why I took a while, but men nowadays are being out earned by a female that decides to take a picture of her fucking asshole, put it on the internet. These average men that are electricians, these men that are paving roads, these men that are bricklaying, these men that are in working in construction. I don't know if I said that or not. But all of these men are getting out earned by a female deciding to bend over and fucking put her nose to the floor and spread her ass and take pictures. I agree 100% with what Jay Waller is talking about in regards to this issue. Our values are completely messed up in our society as of right now. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. As of right now, our value is completely out of whack. And on top of that, those very same men that are making an average salary are not desired by women. These women are saying, "Oh no, they're not." These people, in fact, these women are just looking through these men like they're invisible. These men are actually invisible to the females, but yet they're invisible to society. Yet they're the they're the base, the foundation of society. What is this? What is this? This is currently a fucking huge issue right now that we are facing. It's disgusting. Um, this empowerment movement has empowered women to the point in which it's normal to think that women don't need men or just to use men for their money or resources. So this is something that is common right now. Women are using men for their money or resources, which is normal, right? I mean, it's fine. But at the same time, where it's not fine is this. Now think of it like this, right? If a woman her spending habits or whatnot, um doesn't keep up with you financially, you're a failure. Because as a man, society puts on fucking pressure on you, and you must be resourceful. If not, you are a failure and you cannot provide as much. And on top of that, most likely your wife is going to leave you and find a different man, or your girlfriend's going to find somebody else if you cannot fit these standards that these females are having nowadays. An average man cannot keep up, especially with the amount, how high our gas prices went up, how high our cost of living is, and on top of that, how unappreciative women are nowadays. They don't appreciate these things anymore. They don't appreciate a man truly inviting them in and paying for everything. What a woman wants is for her bills to be paid. She wants her bills to be paid. She wants her fucking her hair to be done, her nails to be done by you, for you guys to go on vacation. All of these are expectations on females. And I understand, I understand wanting those things, but you also must understand that, a person has to build their wealth. Everyone has to build their wealth, and you have to come at this approach with a level of understanding that not people are like an average male especially is not going to have this amount of money to fund your project. And let's say if he doesn't have this amount of money and he's still funding your project and you leave him, then you're a piece of shit because he's sacrificing so much for you and you don't fucking see that. You don't fucking see that. And shame on all these women that do that shit. It's really disgusting. And pretty much that leads me into this point, right? That leads me into the give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me check something real quick. Okay. It leads me to this point extremely here, guys. And it is that it is this. It is the fact that men are the enemy this is the mindset that the society has normalized, and how it has created this. Men are the absolute enemy nowadays, and it is ridiculous. It truly is ridiculous. We're enemies. How are we enemies when we're creating everything? We're creating everything, sacrificing everything. So I wanted to go into some of the oppressions that we're currently facing in our society, and ultimately, like what's going on with us men, and just the unspoken truths about what's going on, how we are suffering. So pretty much this is the first point that I wanted to make. So nowadays, especially, the fact that I'm even on this podcast and sharing this is scary to people. I'm an enemy, and I'm a person who can't see the other side, and I'm a person I lack understanding. Because nowadays, men can't share their opinions in this day and age without people labeling us as insecure, misogynistic, and all the buzzwords that us men receive. We cannot have boundaries without women shaming us on what we stand for, as well as it is normal to completely shit talk anything men do in society. While if you stand up against this rhetoric, you are seen as sexist, bigoted, and a person that should be silenced. That is what's going on right now. That is literally what the fuck is going on right now. What is this shit? We are literally in a point, this word alone, where us as men, our opinions are silenced. What is that? What is that the definition of? If we are silenced, if we have no voice to speak, how isn't that oppression? We can't speak our opinions freely anymore. Yo, what's up, Doldress? Preach, hallelujah. Hey, 100%, this is stupidity, bro. This is fucking stupidity, and this pisses me off completely because of the hypocrisy. How can females and how can people say such hateful things towards men and completely disregard all of the things that we've done for them? And it's mind-boggling to me, guys. It's mind-boggling. Also, another thing that we're facing as well, and every guy has faced this, but we can't show weakness in the eyes of the public, or else we are fucking pussies, bro. We are a fucking pussy. We cannot cry. We cannot sit down and be defeated. If we are, then guess what? We are a pussy. We didn't try hard enough. We are a failure. There's no sort of understanding for a man completely in that sense. And we also don't have normalized outlets to vent or express our weaknesses to individuals without seeming like a pussy, without seeming like we're weak, without seeming like anything of that sort. So in turn, we suffer from other things, guys. It's responsible for us not having an outlet to vent. We will turn to other things. Now, we have issues managing our stress. We have anger management issues. And all of these things lead to anxiety and depression, especially by men. And the thing is, what do we do about it? There's a lot of instances now, especially, and it's truly saddening because I think it's disgusting. But there's this one, like a man who's absolutely is completely broken will do things to break others around him. If he's broken, a true man who is broken has nothing to lose, and that in itself is fucking scary. These men don't have outlets. These men are not being able to speak on behalf of what's harming them, what's causing them mental distress. And unfortunately speaking, these recent school shootings, that are occurring, is because it's unfortunate. First off, I don't stand for these shootings at all, and these are unacceptable completely. I will not sit here and say that a school shooting is in any way the good thing to do. But what I can say is, why is this occurring in such high frequencies? Think about that for a second. Why are school shootings happening in such high frequencies nowadays? And a lot of the perpetrators are men. Who do we have to go to talk to someone? Like, especially Nicholas Cruz. His mom died, the person that he loved. He's adopted. His grandparents were wait, fuck, I don't even know his story. Hold on. Let me look at his story before I fucking start talking shit. Give me a second. Because ultimately speaking, he had no one. He had no one to go to. I remember that. I remember that for a fact. Cruz story. So let's see. Give me a second. Okay, so let's see. Animal cruelty. Oh shit. Hold up. The following unreported behavior. Specific statement to shoot school. There was 3. Oh shit. What the fuck, bro? All right. Well, that's definitely not showing up. Yo, that's definitely not like showing us the shit that I was referring to. But anyways, I digress from that point. But um ultimately speaking, we don't have us as men, we don't have our fucking outlets. We don't have these things at all. And it leads to multiple things. It leads to people doing things that are absolutely unacceptable and truly harmful. For example, the anxiety, depression is the point that I was talking about earlier. But also other things that men turn to is substance abuse. Substance abuse, heroin, cocaine, alcoholism. What else? What else? And one of the worst of them all is the suicide. Is the suicide rate, especially as of right now. The suicide fucking rate is horrible, guys. The suicide is horrible. Look at this. Look at this shit. Suicide is the 11th leading cause of death in the United States. First off, anyone who commits suicide, I wish the best for you, but it's unfortunate that you felt the need to choose that. Look at this shit. Additional facts about suicide in the United States. The age-adjusted suicide rate in 2021 was 14 per 100,000 individuals. The rate of suicide is highest in middle-aged white men. In 2021, men died by suicide 3.9 more than women. That shit ranks up. That shit, or not ranks up. That shit rounds up. On average, there are 132 suicides per day in the United States. This is absolutely fucking horrible, bro. This is horrible. This is the society of hatred that we are leading to. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. The amount of hate that men are receiving. White males are accounted for 69.68 of suicide deaths in 2021. And in 2021, firearms accounted for 54 of all suicide deaths. This is horrible. This is horrible news, guys. This is horrible news. And on top of that, what has the mainstream media done in order to shed light on this? That men are fucking dying in such high rates. Especially, exactly. That's a perfect point. White men are so privileged. Yet here they are. Here they fucking are, dying 3.9 times more than fucking women by suicide. So where's the privilege in that? What's the fucking privilege in this? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, especially. And the fact that there's nothing. These people feel like they can't go to fucking anyone, bro. And they're suffering they're suffering internally, dude. They're suffering completely internally and cannot do anything about it, dude. And on top of that, here's another point. Society's doing fucking nothing. It is goddamn Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and that is being drowned out by the LGBTQ month. What the fuck is this, bro? What the fuck is this? It's literally being drowned out. One of the 11th leading cause of death in the United States, and men are dying by 3.9 times more than women. Yet LGBTQ right now is more important than the 11th leading cause of death for men, bro. The 11th leading cause of death in the United States. What the fuck is this, dude? This is stupid is what it is. This is ridiculous. I'm actually getting mad. I'm getting fucking pissed off right now. Because the fact is, there'll be people sitting in here, bro. There'll be people sitting on this earth thinking that men are so privileged. Men are so strong. Men are so powerful. Women are not. So here's the thing. Here's the truth about that. Men are powerful in terms of physicality and mental strength, but everyone has their breaking point. Whether you're a man, you're a female, it doesn't fucking matter. It does not fucking matter. And that shit pisses me off. So that's something that I feel super emotionally about. White men are actually so privileged to be able to commit suicide. Women and minorities don't have that privilege. Yeah, that's literally what we live in nowadays, bro. Like that's literally what the fuck what we're on right now, bro. Thank you, Dodgers. I appreciate that shit, bro. Appreciate that shit. Here's something else, guys. Listen to this, dude. If you are the average male, you are not good enough. I was talking about this earlier. Living with this pressure laid upon you is devastating. If you, for example, bricklayers, men who paves our roads, men who build our infrastructure, construction workers, etc. Mind you, these are essential jobs to build any society. And guess what? These are scoffed at by our society. And those very same people will earn way less than a bitch selling her asshole pics on the fucking internet. And on top of that, these men are become way less desirable by the opposite fucking sex. By the opposite sex, dude. What the fuck? What in the fuck is that? Bro, I'm not understanding this. I'm not understanding this world we live on. Or, like, how in any way does this make sense, dude? A girl can literally make more money doing this. Standing up posing, bro. Standing up posing, hitting the little fucking twerk or whatnot, right? Hitting the yash, hitting that. And then a guy who's fucking working his absolute ass off, paving the road, bro. Guess what? Yo, here's your chump change, bro. Here's your chump change. There you go. That's it. That's all you got, bro. Don't worry about that. Now, hey, in fact, here's your chump change, and on top of that, you know what? You're actually infinitely less desirable. Because guess what? You're in construction, so you're stupid. You use your body, you're a blue collar worker? Oh no. Oh, you don't have enough money to fund my nails? You don't have enough money to pay for my Brazilian butt lift? You don't have enough money to work on my tats? Fuck that, bro. Are you fucking serious? Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Like seriously, bro. I linked on Discord. Okay. Let me see. Oh yeah, the female delusional calendar. Yes, sir. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Hold on. I wanted to show you guys something as well. Shout out ultimately to, yes, I've seen that. I've seen this. I'm gonna go on YouTube and I'm shout out to Fresh and Fit, because these people, Fresh and Fit, I love their fucking content. It's one of the greatest, most funny shit that you could possibly see. But look at this. They whip this shit out. Look at the normalcy that's going on. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, guys.
38.
So through a couple of iterations of this. So, okay. So minimum income. What do you want? We'll start with you.
With me?
Yes.
All right.
Bare minimum income.
100. Actually, you know what? I'll be nice. Let's say.
No, keep it real. What do you want? Your ideal man.
What do you make?
You want me to say my salary?
Yeah.
I'll say 6 figures.
Okay.
I'll keep it there.
All right.
So 100K.
Okay.
Okay. And then what is his age?
27 to 38.
Okay. All right.
It's a nice range.
Okay. Race.
Blackity black.
Okay, black alone. Fair
All
enough.
black.
Knight Rider. Height.
I'll say 5'11" and up.
Keep it real.
Yeah, I
Or 6 foot.
because with heels on, a 5'11" guy, like he's still
Okay.
yeah. So
5'11". All right, cool. Dwelling.
Shit.
Rent or own?
I actually don't mind. I don't care.
Okay, we'll put
Either
both.
one.
I think. Can we
Yeah,
put both?
All, just leave all.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Schooling. Miss
I-
Masters agree.
I don't care if his salary's right and he got his business going. However he got it.
City boy.
Okay.
Oh.
Including selling drugs. Fair enough. Can he be
Legal.
obese?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
All right. Can he be married?
No.
Okay. So you don't share clearly. And then so let's find out, baby.
I'm scared.
Oh God.
Damn.
Okay. Percent of income earning male population.
Look at this bullshit. Yo, do you see this?
That
And
match-
how
that
many
matches
other
these
girls do
requ-
the same shit? Look,
Have an age range.
how many other girls look? Look at
Uh,
this bitch. So she says 70,000. Now she's saying, oh shit. Let me not like embarrass myself here. So minimum income. So she's saying 70,000, right? That's still above average. That's above average salary. So 25 to 40, black alone, black Hispanic, 6 foot, dwelling all schooling. Let's see.
But you have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
All
like
doesn't
that. A
matter.
lot
No
of
obese
friends who
women
like the-
and include
you're not gonna die.
What was that?
Include.
There's a difference. I just
exclude married men.
Oh.
Look at this, guys. Look at this shit. Look at how consistent. Female back to fucking back. Even when she was trying to change the fucking number, bro. This is the shit I'm talking about. This is the absolute shit that I'm fucking talking about. How in the hell can an average man compete with these women? How can an average man compete with these women when these fucking women are this delusional, bro? They're literally so delusional that they're actually going to have to rely on cats. They're gonna have to rely on cats, dude. This is ultimately what's going on. Imagine being so delusional that you actually prefer an animal. You have more preference over an animal than another sentient human being. Dude, what in the fuck, bro? Cats are gonna take over the world. Hey, bro, that's what I'm saying. This is the world that we're fucking living in, bro. We're living in the world in which, guess what? Guess what, guys? Men's opinions don't matter, and cats are better than men. Because I don't need no man. That's what we're fucking living in, guys. I don't need no man, and cats are and fuck. What was the other thing? I would never date a cat. They can't even have a job, bro. Literally, women don't want a 5'10" man making 60K, but they'll take a 1'6" cat with 0K. Yo, hey, bro. That's the fucking truth, bro. That's the truth. And then they're in fact spending money in the cat. And you know what the sad thing is nowadays? The sad thing is this too. And I'm sure this has been rinse and repeated over time and time again. But dude, women nowadays are caring more about their careers than they are about families. And the thing is one thing that Fresh and Fit says, Myron Gaines says, shout out to them, is this. When a woman increases the amount of money that she increases her salary, doors begin to close. Those doors begin to close. Now she's going to want a man in a specifically in the hierarchy, either equal or above, because women, they equal or above. So, and that makes complete sense, guys. That makes complete sense. If a girl's making 100, let's say 100,000, she's not gonna want to date a guy who makes 50K or average amount of money. Why? Because she's used to a specific lifestyle that she wants funded, or on top of that, she sees a guy as a liability. That's horrible, man. It's horrible because these women are shooting themselves in the foot when they're focusing completely on their careers. But I'm not sure, dude. I'm not sure what the hell's going on. I'm not sure what the hell is going on. Really, guys. No, give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. So, another dude, something super fucking like this point exactly, dude. This point exactly, guys. Listen to this. This is another thing that us men we have to live with. Right? But men are treated. Give me a second. Let me pull this up and change my thing. Give me a sec. Here it is. So check this out, guys. I really like this shit right here. I went on this website because I was looking at male oppression, doing a little bit of research for this. And look at this shit, guys. This is really sad, and because it's really true. Let me zoom in. But I'll read this. I'll read this word for word. Look at this, guys. Men. Oh shit. Men are treated as if they do not feel pain or experience the full range of emotions like women. If killing or risking of life and limb is involved, men are chosen for the job. Right? When they get hurt at work or play, they are expected to shrug it off and continue as if nothing happened. The work or the game is considered more important than their feelings. Men are looked at as expendable. Think about it like this, guys. Think about it like this. Before I even get to my my like a little analogy or like little like hypothetical, that last sentence, men are looked upon as expendable. I wholeheartedly agree to that. Because if that wasn't the case, if men weren't looked upon as expendable, then why do we have drafts that are specifically focused upon men? Yeah, I understand we're stronger. Yeah, I understand that. But at the same time, these people are going to these wars and fighting and dying. And guess what? Nobody, especially nowadays, is grateful for that. How many times have you thanked a person for fighting in the military? Sincerely, how many times have you thanked somebody risking their lives? Sure, there's no violence going on right now in our world. In terms with us, I understand there's something going on in Ukraine, and hopefully, Allah was with everybody in fucking Ukraine. But think about this: how much and how often have you thanked a person for fighting in the military, for risking their life, potentially putting their life on the line to save yours, to allow you to live comfortably? I could tell you these females are not. And on top of that, a lot of the time when these males have girlfriends or wives and they go off to fight battle, guess what is happening? These other weak ass men are coming in and fucking these women, bro. These weak ass men are coming in fucking these women, and these women are honestly spreading their legs for a piece of shit. And they can't keep their legs closed to stay with a fucking person who's in the military, man. A person who's risking his fucking life for the entirety of the United States. That has not these type of people have nothing but my respect, bro. I can't do that shit. I can't fight for the fucking other people, especially if I know that they don't give a fuck about me. I can't do that. But these people have this courage to stand up in that face and spit on any individual that comes across the United States. I have nothing but respect, and shout out to everybody who's absolutely been in the United States military. I respect all of you, and thank you for your fucking service, dude. Thank you for your fucking service. Genuinely. Another thing. Listen to this, guys. There's as of right now, especially, there's now become an incentive to divorce to divorce men, and the blame always falls upon the male, dude. The blame always is falling upon the male. So let's go ahead and look at this. Let's go ahead and look at these things. So this is Health Baker Law. So how divorce changes a man. So obviously, let's see what causes marriages to fail. So in the U.S., this is in 2019. This number is only going up. This is when is the article published? Let's see. I think it's at the bottom, right? Let's see. Actually, when is it published, guys? Let's see. I'll click on this and see when this excuse me. Let's see when this statistic was uploaded. So this was in 2018. And this number is only increasing, guys. This number is only increasing as of now. But anyways, let's go over. So 39% of marriages end in divorce. While some couples reconcile during their divorce proceedings, others decide to part ways due to irreconcilable differences. Some of the main reasons for divorce include infidelity. So if you guys don't know what infidelity means, that means fucking another bitch, or the guy or the girl fucking another guy. Lack of commitment, financial instability, differences in opinion, domestic violence, interpersonal conflict, marrying too young, or substance abuse. So Here's I'm not gonna go over like every single every single fucking like detail. I'm not gonna like read every fucking word or whatnot. Yo, what's up? What's up, bro? How's it going? But one thing I want to read this right. Here's why a man suffers more than a woman, both during and after the divorce, is legally solemnized. I hope I said that word right. But men often skip the grieving part. Right? So I'm gonna read that because I don't even know what the hell that means. Let's see what that means. So women are generally considered emotionally weak and vulnerable. They are given ample time to grieve and come to terms with the lost relationship. They are even advised to seek professional help from therapists to cope with their grief and loss. Men, on the other hand, are expected to push through the loss. They're expected to quickly brush everything off, get over the grief, and move ahead in life. They are never given enough time to come with terms of loss of love and relationship. They are not expected to cry and vent their emotions. Because of this, men can never actually heal. All their emotions, anger, sadness, resentment, remain bottled up. This often leads to anxiety and depression. And hampers their health, happiness, and overall quality of life. So I see what they mean now. Men feel lost and alienated. How do I feel about abortions? I'll answer that after I finish the topic. Just remind me, okay? I'm gonna finish this entire topic, then I'll just go ahead and like talk to you guys in chat. But what's up, Jeff Bezos? Appreciate you fucking showing up. What's up, Dead End? I don't know, D End, 3wa. Appreciate you showing up, buddy. But so that fucking lost my shit. Men feel lost and alienated due to small support network. Men usually build a small support network around them. They're not emotionally as close to their extended families and friends as women. All right, obviously. Men have to deal with the blame. Think about it like this. How normal is it for you to sit here and look at a divorce or something happening, and immediately like the female's just like, yeah, this guy is guess what? This guy is a piece of shit. Like fuck that guy. Or another thing is like a female always assuming, oh yeah, that guy's a piece of shit. You don't need him anyways. That guy's a piece of shit. Oh yeah, he did what? Oh yeah, he's a piece of shit. It's always something like that. And there's a reason why I repeated that 3 times, man. 3 times. Men also have trouble getting into new relationships. Obviously, we can't just go around and spread our legs and fucking have sex with the next girl down the street. We can't do that shit. We actually have to build bonds. And on top of that, it's hard, especially knowing that we're being judged based off everything that we absolutely say. Everything that we absolutely say and everything that we do, our body language, everything that we are as individuals is being judged, and immediately will be cut off. Because a female is always looking for a reason to say no to you. A female is always looking for a reason to say fucking no to you in the beginning. We experience a loss of identity. I want to read this one. But when divorce happens, men lose most of it. Oh, yeah. Men lose most of the fucking family. Majority of the time. The spouse, the children, the familial bond, and the happiness. The custody of children is often given to the mother, while the father only gets the visitation rights. And on top of that, how many times do mothers say, I was talking to my mom about this the other day, how many times do the mothers lie to the children and say, listen, your dad hates you, and the reason we broke up is because that your dad is actually a piece of shit, and he hates you, doesn't want to do anything with you, and doesn't care for you. And the reason I took you is because of that. In fact, bro, I can't even remember the last time I cared if a bitch cried. Bro, this is the shit, and then it turns into this, bro. It turns into this. Now like I completely understand that. Like I feel similar. Like I feel similar, especially when a girl's crying on some stupid shit. Yeah, dude, like why are you crying over that? But at the end of the day, like we're going to lose compassion for one another, especially since females are doing this shit to men and higher rates. What the fuck what are we supposed to do? Sit here and just take that and just smile and shit? No, dude. We're gonna start, it's gonna be normal for us not to give a fuck about them crying, about not giving a fuck if whether we're hurting them or not giving a fuck if we're using them and just in shit like that. That's what's going to turn into. And if that's not how it is already. Honestly. men have to deal with the pain of losing child custody. Could you imagine that, guys? You have a fucking kid with a wife that you thought you have a wife, or you have a wife, you love her, and you thought she was the one at the time. You have a kid with her. Guess what, guys? She divorces you. Not only does she take half of your assets, she fucks you on what's it called? On what is that called? Child. What is it, guys? What is it called? Child. Shit, man, I forgot what the hell it was called. What the hell's wrong with me? She beats you in child custody, then child support. That's what it is. Now you have to. Now guess what? Child support. Thank you. I appreciate that. Child support. Now they fuck you on that. They fuck you on that. You lose half of your assets, and now guess what? Now you can't even see your kid anymore. Now your wife has robbed away your reason to protect, your reason to provide, your reason to sacrifice yourself. Because I truly believe once you have a kid, that's it. You don't live for yourself anymore. And if you live for yourself, you are a selfish piece of shit. When a child is introduced into this world by you, it is your responsibility to provide and protect for that fucking life. Because that life cannot do anything. That life cannot do anything. And now that female's robbing you of that duty as a father. That's disgusting. Most of the time now, I don't really give a fuck about anything that has to do with any female. I don't even care about being in a relationship. Dude, this guy sounds like an incel, bro. Like, you sound like an incel, but I know you're not. But I know you. I'm just talking shit. I'm talking shit. But ultimately speaking, bro, like women nowadays are fucking themselves, man. Women nowadays have killed chivalry. That word's hard to say. Women have killed chivalry, and they've killed being courted. Men are not gentlemen anymore, and women are fucking not ladies anymore. Women are just bitches. Really, now, you know those fucking rap songs and shit? This rap now, bro, guess what? Like, the rap back in the day, bro, talking about these bitches, hoes, getting money, paper and shit, and that these bitches out here are just hoes sucking dick and whatnot, bro. That's literally like the reality that it is. Like, these women are not ladies, bro. They're just hoes out here, bro. Especially Miami. Fuck. Hold on. Let me sip this water, bro. I've been talking my ass off. I'd rather have money. 100%, bro. 100%. Because if you have money, then you can combat against the stupidity that a woman's gonna try to fucking can't get married without signing a prenup. That's 100% true. 100% true, bro. With that being said, let's move on to another point that I had to make, right? Another thing that us men face that's unique to us. Guess what? You know, how awesome is that? How awesome is that? So let's look at this, guys. Let's look at this shit. So, I wanted to just show you this. So this was a point that I would want to make. So us men will receive a harsher treatment by the court than women do for committing the same crime. Look at this exactly. I want to play this entire video, and I want to ask your guys' opinion. So check this out. Let me disappear. Let me fucking disappear real quick. Look at this 2-minute video. Just moved to Sweden, bro. The women in Sweden are just as bad, bro. They fuck on the first date all the time. Hey, it's not bad though. All right, but anyways, look at this shit. Look at this shit.
With two vastly different punishments. Identical crimes with two vastly different punishments. Both this man and woman were convicted in separate cases of selling fentanyl-laced heroin that killed someone. The man on the left sentenced to 20 years in prison here in Western New York. The woman on the right gets probation in Central New York. The stark differences sparked quite a conversation on our Facebook page about the vastly different sentences. So why did one defendant get decades in prison and the other one got no prison time at all? As 7 Eyewitness News reporter James Groh tells us tonight, he's asking some questions for us.
In separate cases in different parts of the state, Carlique DeBerry of Buffalo and Marla Fenner of Geneva both gave another person a deadly dose of fentanyl. DeBerry sold a deadly dose to a Hamburg man. Fenner exchanged the drug for food. A judge in Buffalo sentenced DeBerry to 20 years in prison for homicide. Fenner received 5 years of probation for a lesser charge. So why two extremely different sentences?
These two cases are not examples of anything other than the facts and the law being applied correctly.
Retired state Supreme Court Judge Penny Wolfgang says it comes down to federal courts versus state courts. DeBerry was charged in federal court for distribution of fentanyl causing death. The mandatory minimum sentence is 20 years.
It was the drugs that the individual distributed, the individual charged distributed, that resulted in a death.
But Fenner, a first-time offender, was charged with criminal sale of a controlled substance, which can often result in probation over prison time.
From alternative to incarceration, and particularly involving drugs, we are trying to encourage, treatment.
So why did DeBerry's case go to federal court? U.S. Attorney James Kennedy says local authorities will hand cases to the federal government when they want a statement to be made.
To impose that harsher punishment so people in the area know, like, this is what's going to happen to you?
I think so.
Prosecutors say DeBerry was also a frequent dealer who profited from selling opioids. Fenner traded fentanyl for 2 yogurts and an apple juice.
His intent is an element.
In Buffalo, James Groh, 7 Eyewitness News.
Guys, do you see this bullshit? Do you see this bullshit? This guy's making money off of it, right? So he's being punished for 20 years as a minimum sentence. It went to federal court, but this bitch is trading fentanyl and she killed somebody in order to get a yogurt. In order to get a yogurt, guys, she literally killed somebody. She traded, bro. What the fuck is that? This is one example of this, by the way. This is one example. I was looking at statistics, and men are held longer in jails than women are, just in general, of course, right? Because men are more actively involved they're actively involved in violent crime, so that makes sense. But for committing the same crime, how is a man going to be sent? How is this going to be sent fucking to federal court, but the female isn't? How much sense is this making? This happened in when? Guys? 2019, dude. This happened in 2019. She looks like a user from her mugshot. Yeah, I know she does. Yo. But this is the type of shit, man. This is the type of shit, guys. This is the type of shit. I'm repeating it over and over again because I'll say it again. This is the type of fucking shit that is normal. It's normal, guys. It's normal. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, guys. Hey, listen. A woman can commit the same crime and be jailed for way less time, guys. Don't worry about it. That's normal, right? It's a good thing. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? It's that bullshit, man. And here's my last point about oppression on men. This one fucking sucks, guys. And we heard about it recently. But women can and will lie towards society, claiming the most heinous of crime to defame a man, and she will receive virtually no punishment for it. And the reason I say virtually no punishment is because sometimes they'll be jailed, sometimes they're not jailed, and even when they are jailed, they're jailed for like maybe 3 years, a year, 8 years. And if you compare what she lied about, what crime she lied about, a lot of the time it's grape. A lot of the time it's that. How long are you sentenced for grape, bro? You are sentenced for a long time, I'll tell you that much. But these fucking bitches will take like 3 years or something and ruin a guy's life. These allegations, just an allegation will ruin a guy's fucking life. Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp. Perfect example. Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp. Another example I have on this is, look at this shit, guys. Look at this shit. Look at this. I'm gonna let this one ride out a bit. Look. I'm gonna let this one ride out. I'm not gonna play the entire 7 minutes, but look at this bullshit, guys. Look at this bullshit, chat. Let me disappear real quick. Let me fucking disappear on them. Look at this. Look at this shit.
A promising college football player's life dreams shattered as he was falsely accused of rape. His accuser, 19-year-old Nikki Iovino, told police that she went to a party where 2 football players forced her to have sex in a bathroom. She later admitted that she had sex willingly and was afraid that if she admitted that, another student wouldn't want to date her. Malik St. Hilaire speaks out here exclusively tonight for the first time about the case. But first, Trace Gallagher live in our West Coast newsroom with the backstory here. Hi, Trace.
Hi, Martha. At the time, Nikki Uvino was attending Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut. She claimed the incident happened at an off-campus party, that two Sacred Heart football players pulled her into a bathroom, took turns holding her down, and sexually assaulted her. Uvino claims she repeatedly told the men she didn't want to be there, that she had friends waiting for her outside, and to please let her go. Both men admitted having sex with her, but said it was consensual. The players were not arrested, but one lost his scholarship, and both say they were pressured to leave school while they awaited disciplinary action. Then Nikki Uvino drastically changed her story, admitting in a sworn statement that she made the whole thing up because, quote, it was the first thing that came to mind, and she didn't want to lose another male student as a friend and potential boyfriend. The document goes on to say Uvino hoped that when the other student heard the allegation, it would, quote, make him angry and sympathetic to her. Uvino was sentenced to a year in jail for falsely reporting an...
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Not only did she lie because she had a male friend, but this bitch only received 1 year, bro. This bitch only received 1 year, and this guy's life is ruined. He can't play college football anymore. This allegation is too serious. He got kicked out. Bro, what the fuck was this, man? Are you serious? And how often is this happening but not being reported anyways? I understand rape is a serious issue that people will face. Some people, unfortunately, will face in their time. But this lying shit is disgusting, bro. False accusation sentences. Let's look at this shit. I'll search that up. But it 100%, and he lost his fucking scholarship, dude. He's lost his scholarship. How fucked up is that, dog? That is some bullshit, man. This is a time, and then a female will come around. A female will come around and say this, guys. Will come around and say, male privilege. Males have privilege. Males have this. Males have that. Well, males also have to watch their fucking back at all times, bro. Because a bitch like you will lie and get us in trouble and fuck your life, bro. As a man, if you make a false accusation, I'd get fucked. As a woman, you mean as a woman? Yeah. Dude, here's ultimately like the fucking scariest thing, bro. These people, Johnny Depp, he has a bunch of money, right? He has a bunch of money to fight against that. Andrew Tate is another person who suffered this shit. Andrew Tate is another person who suffered this shit. He was unjustly sentenced in jail for 6 months without proof at all. 6 months of sitting there, guys. Could you imagine that? 6 months of sitting inside of a jail cell, suffering, day in, day out, eating shitty food. This man is a strong mental. We don't even know how that shit affected him, bro, because he's not going to show that, of course. But how the fuck would that... Imagine that to you, bro. Imagine you're falsely in prison. You're in prison for something you didn't do. And on top of that, later it's shown that these bitches are lying. Yeah, he's out now. But he's on he's on a house arrest. For what? What is he on house arrest for? This shit is fucking ridiculous, man. It is fucking ridiculous. This world that we are absolutely living in. He's not proven innocent. He is, though. That's the thing. He is, because these female... Let me show you. And on top of that, it's innocent until proven guilty. Your father got falsely imprisoned for 25 years? Dude, I'm sorry to hear that, Dolgers. That's fucking horrible, bro. That's fucking horrible. Look at... let me search this up. Andrew... of... Loverboy method is a real method of human trafficking. That sounds exactly what he describes in his Can Girl operation as. That the two girls that were claiming that shit were not at all like, and his cam
News
girl
just
thing.
came out.
They were literally working out. They were just hanging they were hanging out with him and saying that they were doing this because they regretted that. No, not even because they regretted the decision, but because they wanted to get famous on Netflix. Let me show you the text. The text that these fucking. Let me whip this out. Where the hell is these shits, man? Look at this. Look at this. Give me a second. Let's see this. Let's look at this. So let me click on this desktop. I'm gonna remove my face so you guys can see everything. So here's the fucking bitches texting one another, right? PM. Attach. Bought a ticket. She will transfer the money. Send the whole time. Turn around. I'm gonna go stay. So let's go over. Okay, gorgeous over here. Lucky you. I'm leaving to London in a couple of days. Tristan and his brother are terrible people. Bringing a girl that's been stuck here with me. Maybe I came here for a reason, cutting my losses, and we're making a plan to leave. These guys are actually evil. Be careful. Talk to you at the American embassy. And then she's okay. Yeah, these bitches want a Netflix series. Be very careful. Bought a girl a ticket. She will transfer money to me. Send a whole itinerary. They have a plan for you, the girl. That's very dangerous. I'm gonna stay at my friend's dick when I land on London, and blank will host me, whatnot. I'm a little worried about leaving, but we set up our flights to leave at 6 a.m. He moved me into a house with 4 other girls, and 3 of the 4 girls have been here for 1 to 5 years and are the groomers. They normalize taking your clothes off and sending them pictures. Tristan's brother is dating blank from blank. She's broken up with him. He texted her, telling if she loves him, she will cut an A into her wrist. What the fuck is this coping, bro? They're definitely trafficking women. Blank I told you, now try to get out of there. Yeah, I'm going to get this girl out. Hi, Dad. Stop your messages. Now go low-key, as you are very dangerous. This is a secure chat. They don't check the phones. I'm actually in the best position to get out right now. The other girls might tell me, though, we're going to leave. These girls are brainwashed. They don't do anything except stay at the house, and if they leave, everyone has to know. They're handlers, too. Thankfully, I'm out of the house with Tristan. I asked to leave to one of their other homes. Okay? Thankfully, I'm out of this house. Oh, shit, I read that twice. Please think before you are more clever with these guys. Keep a low profile. Do not display aggression. Get to London and come back to safety. We'll get to Tristan. Tristan, let her go. Oh, shit. Yo, is this the one where she was lying? This is the one where she was lying. I think this is the one that she was lying. Victim talking to her parents? Wait. Where the fuck? Out of context in order to portray 2 of the victims planning to frame Tate. Okay. So my main concerns are it's a lot to explain, but we think we've been out of here. Fine. Sort of okay. A lot of girls seems brainwashed here. Look, I know if you don't believe this I'm not concerned. More of a girl. Yeah, I know. And on top of that, he walked her out. We are going to send the FBI. So much for honesty. Okay, I got this on my own. I want London. We aren't the only ones to know everything. Where the hell is the thing, bro? Where the hell is the thing, bro? Where the hell is the thing? Regardless, that looks horrible. That shit, I can't even defend that. That looks horrible. That looks absolutely horrible. There's 3 images on that post. Yeah, I know. Oh, wait, what do you mean? There's 3 images. Like, I have to, like, click on each one? Oh. Oh. Okay. I see. Thanks, Mom. Like I said, I want to go to London. We will be okay. I feel like I preemptively will make a call on the right thing. Right now, we want to... Can't listen to voice message. Go to London by all the... you called. I didn't. I want to leave London. You called. That's on you. Tell them to come Tuesday when they leave. Then they can see everything. Bear, look, if you stop me from going to London, expect me to disappear. I want to go to London. Blank started the call. How dare you put me in danger like that? You called, not me. Go to hell with Emma. Your ignorance and bullshit. The whole American embassy is on alert. That's your fault. Thanks. Leaving now will be up to those who want to control your life. Have you not seen by now the cost of humanity? Okay, hold up. What the hell? It's not just me here, you idiots. There's another young girl here. Fuck you both. You are ignorant and I should have never trusted you with this information. Fuck off. Okay, do not bother me. What the? Do not bother me with personally anymore. No need for this shit. Blank left. Sometimes it is prudent to just look at life as we all have to. When you get out of the shit that you have gotten yourself into, maybe you only have yourself to blame. I'm sure that you have your own ideas as to your own problems, and I'm also a suffering guy coping over the years. I don't know who the fuck this is. I have no. Yeah, I agree. I swear to God, I think you're like, who the fuck is this shit, man? Like it's hard to read because especially that it's blacked out. Like who the hell knows who the fuck is talking, man? How far is Look at this. We will talk more tonight too, and the prize for the best actress is going to Emma. Yeah, I'm starving. I can't see through because the app is not showing me. Image omitted. I need to work a bit, like to post some TikToks. A golden Oscar now, please. Fuck Glovo, Lamau. What time will you have to do that? Once I get rich and famous, I'll make sure I get one for you. I'm just wondering how late we can stay up now, because Blank is constantly listening. Can't wait to watch you in all the movies. You're already famous in my eyes. We will see how we do it later. I can't believe you've been alone and all this shit. I'm really happy I'm there with you, honestly. Lol, what do you mean? Me too, haha. I mean, you're badass. And I kind of ignored my family and haven't really speak about this with everyone because let's be honest, it's fucking crazy. But like now you got here and I think that it's crazy. I feel like you're already are literally sending me are literally sent from God because you remember me, son. What the fuck is this bitch saying? I can't even understand this. I'm happy we've met. I will protect you and make sure we get out of here safely. I promise. Eliana, and not because she was Asian. Not because she was an Asian. Wow. Get out of this fucking mess. If we make them believe we are in love, they will either not suspect us of leaving whatsoever, or if they find out we do, we eventually won't. They won't chase. They will. Or at least come back that we are obsessed with them. Yeah, I told you, like saying a nice message that we are hurt and shit like that, that we do love them, but just don't like the situation, so they will not think we are really against them. Yeah, that's smart. Play the victim. I mean, we are, but like, yeah, act like we still love them and stuff. Haha. I mean, we are. Wait. What? But maybe I'll just tell them I take off today, so I don't have to play. What the hell is this? Like, are these like... Fuck it. Alright, this is... Alright, fuck this reading. But... It's like... ultimately, what they do is like... Like, you saw how she was getting pissed off, like, messaging somebody? Like, why aren't you believing me? Like, you know... She's pretty much saying that shit. And on top of that, like, first off, if you were human trafficked, let's get this down to the point, guys. If you were human trafficked, or if you were a human trafficker, will you allow a bitch to have her phone? Doesn't that, I mean, like, I don't know about you, but I don't think I would, I don't think I would fucking... I don't know about you, but oh, shit. I don't think about, I don't know about you, but I know for a fact that if I was human trafficking, I would not allow a bitch to have her phone. The fuck is that? That's stupid, bro. But anyways, back to what the fuck we were talking about. This this lying shit, this lying fucking shit is completely stupid. It's disgusting. It's completely stupid, disgusting, and just ultimately the most evil fucking shit. Completely. And with that being said, guys, I wanted to finish this off. With this. Think about it like this, guys. Think about it like this. A year is not enough. Yeah, I know, especially for this bitch. Fuck that. A year is 100% not enough, bro. Listen to this, guys. So let's talk about. First, let's start off with talking about the privileges of being a woman. Women are born with value. Even an ugly woman who's done absolutely nothing, accomplished nothing, will get more attention than a good-looking man. They've already done studies on this on Tinder. They are somebody that they control the sexual marketplace. The decisions of whether or not you want to have a baby, or they have the decision on whether or not they want to have a baby, regardless of the father's decision. Regardless of the father's decision. Yeah, of course, Tinder doesn't count. Motherfucker spam swipe on everyone. And the reason being everyone that people swipe right on everyone is the fact that people are gonna guys are gonna say like, fuck man, I want to get at least one match. So that's why that's the strategy. You swipe right on every girl because if you're picky, you're not gonna win on Tinder as a male. That's why those guys do that. IRL attractive men get way more than ugly women. That's not true at all. Anyways, another thing is this. The decision of whether or not you want to have a baby, I've already read this, they will have more life experience than an average male would. For example, being invited on a yacht by someone rich, networking with rich people, just off of rip, being able to be provided for and not expected to protect and die for someone else. Being able to get a lesser sentence for a crime simply because they're a woman. They can show weaknesses and not be shamed for such. There's an incentive to get divorced. Can make an OnlyFans or something related to their body and make fucking millions. Here's some male privileges, guys. Tell me this. All right, so here's I've only thought of two, genuinely. I'm trying to think of more. If you guys can give me any more before I go, and even think of it like this. Think of more as as I finish and have this thought in your head. But here's some male privileges. I think everybody could agree on these. Being able to have sex with a lot of women and glorified for it. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Shit is hard. Number 2 is we are physically and we are mentally stronger on average. Now, that's it. That's all I have written. Because I know that there's a common misconception that these feminists will throw out, saying, "Oh, I know what what about the pay gap? What about the pay gap? What about the pay gap?" How many times does this shit have to be fucking debunked, bro? How many times does this shit have to be debunked? Right? Feminists ask for this to fucking change. Look at this. So this is pewresearch.org. Much of the gender pay gap has been explained by measurable factors, guys, such as educational attainment, occupation segregation, and work experience, dude. The narrowing of the gap over the long term is attributable in a large part to gains women have made in each of these dimensions. Guys, there's a reason why. And on top of that, it's full-time. It's full-time. It does not include full-time and part-time. It simply includes full-time, and it doesn't account for the jobs worked. Males are going to work riskier jobs, We're going to work riskier jobs, and we get riskier pay. So there's that. And another thing is feminists asked for this to be changed. It is one of the examples that shows the inconsistencies that the radical feminists are pushing for women working where they want and being equal. But then they're also saying women aren't getting paid enough? Huh? Dude, I wanted to pull this up, just this last thing too. Gender segregation in Nordic. So in the Nordic countries, their women and male are the most equal that like they can be. Since 1960s, the Nordic countries have been renowned for the high level of gender equality, as they have amongst the world's highest employment and education rates for women. At the same time, the Nordic countries have also the greatest horizontal segregation by sex than the rest of EU. More education. These females are more educated, or have more opportunities in these countries. Yet, look. Oh shit. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Professions dominated by women have a lower average wage than those dominated by men, which leads to a wage gap between the genders. In the Nordic region, the wage gap between men and women in 2017 was 15.3%. Guys, that's them choosing the fucking shit that they want to work. They want to work. They're the most educated. They've been the most educated since 1960, since the 1960s in the entirety of Europe. Yet they're complaining, huh? How is that making sense? Because they're choosing the jobs that they want to work. So here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave you guys with this shit. So there's a good counter argument to somebody that says that bullshit with the pay gap. And you say this to them, all right, guys? And I'll leave you with this. If businesses can actually get away with paying less or paying women less, then why don't aspiring entrepreneurs hire women only? And listen to the bullshit that they say. With that being said, guys, I appreciate you motherfuckers tuning in. I genuinely do. I had a great fucking time talking. My mouth got so dry talking shit, bro. I had a great fucking time. And before I go, let's watch this video all together and fucking have a great fucking night, great rest of your night. I wish you guys the absolute best. Fucking go out, do whatever you can do. Men's mental health awareness. If anybody is suffering or anything, bro, everybody in chat, bro, give them a number 1, bro. In fact, let me start a 1, bro. I know that's not enough to really do shit, but regardless, like I want to show like my love towards people that are suffering, especially men, because it's tough out here. But anyways, with that being said, let's watch this shit before I head out, and I'll see you guys on the next fucking stream. Take care, guys.
Racial preferences when dating?
I do tend to date white men more, which is probably why all the relationships have been awful.
Stop the cap. Why are you still dating white guys if they suck so much?
I think a part of me is like, I don't deserve men of color.
Shut up, bitch!
I agree. Fuck that fat bitch. But anyways, have a great night, guys. Take care.